Remember that time last year you bought an S670 and then sold it?
Oh, yeah. Probably should have kept that, the way prices have gone up. Are we videoing today? I didn't know that was in my face.
Welcome to it.
Yep.
Sonne Frames, where you get everything on camera.
And then hopefully some of it gets deleted later.
True. Looks pretty clean. Hello. We got another busy one for you. We're starting soybeans today, but also we're doing a little tillage demo. It's kind of a favor for our friend Jerry, who owns LJJ Implement in Wessington Springs, South Dakota. We've purchased a lot of equipment from him over the years. What he's bringing out today is a Summers Samurai, and we'll talk about that more later when we get it out here. We're just running a few passes, seeing how we like it, and I think he's got a couple potential customers or just farmers that want to see the Samurai run in the field. And we're just starting beans. We don't have too many of them to go, and beans is kind of slow going. I'll have a little bit of time to do a little tillage. Got to get the 9230 ready to go, but otherwise it is a harvest day. We're going to be doing soybeans. That's a weedy mess. First day running with this new draper. First time we've ran a draper. It go one of two ways. Which way you think it's gonna go?
Well, it's good, so I'm expecting it to work.
I'll hold you to it. It's too big. This one's too short.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, back up. There you be. You got your guard hole, tool hole. This is a Lakota toolbox that fits right on your header. So all this stuff used to sit in the cab, gave the mice another home to live in. And then also, we got this thing loaded up. We got the Lakota shark fin, which if you're, say you're coming to a headland and you only got half the width, that crop's coming in, slaps the shark fin, and then it goes in versus shooting underneath there or to the other side.
They both come from both directions. It's a nice thing.
I see.
Get it going.
Get it going that way in.
Tighten those six up, but don't overdo them.
On these ones, you don't want to put a brine on them because
Brian's done that before.
you're going to need a couple more bolts.
Yeah. Gets to be a lot more work when you
Do it twice.
well, and then you got to punch that little chunk out of there, all that jazz. Notice Cole's halfway up the handle. Doesn't want to put too much torque on it. Don't butcher yourself, my daddy would say. There you go.
Do those come up from the rear?
Neat. Got it up in the slot. I dinged myself
Did you butcher
a
yourself?
little bit.
It's crazy to think that that head costs not quite, but somewhat close to the price of that combine. Of course, that's 3 years old, and that's 10 or 11, maybe even 12. Ready to give it the old college try?
I get workman's comp.
Yep.
I never went to college.
You went to the Votech, learn about the hydraulics. I'm excited. This is gonna be fun if it works. It should work. Here we are. I don't know. I think we might be a tickle early. What the heck kind of job is this? What even is that? That puts a damper on the day. We got an oil leak. He ran the tilt and it just shot out from back here. It's not crimped good enough. We made it through wet corn harvest like that. We don't use the tilt really ever. Well, not ever, but our land's pretty flat. But with soybeans, we got sensors on this header because that thing's got to run on the ground, and so it constantly automatically moves the header side to side or tilts it side to side. And so these are going to be working hard. Basically, we're stopped dead in the tracks, and we gotta get that fixed before we start harvest. So these ends right here were really corroded. You know how we took all this header or the feeder house, the front of the feeder house apart, and our mechanic actually, this is a brand new fitting right here, and it's leaking. So this hose weaves, goes through here, comes through the sleeve, runs down there, and then heads down and keeps going. Since that hose is so long, man, I hope that works.
Goes all the way to the back of the combine.
We're gonna splice it somewhere. Our mechanic's gonna come back out. I guess we should have just left the old fittings on, huh?
That way we're doing a good thing.
See how bad that looks right there? It's not even...
We can probably splice it even here or something.
Yeah, make sure he does the right one though. This one, not this one.
Yep.
And so they're gonna cut it, put a new end on, and that's gonna make it so they don't have to take the whole thing out.
There's about 30 feet of hose.
The thing is, we cut it here, we put the new fitting on, well now it's that much shorter. And so that's why we have to put a splice on and maybe even a new section of hose. We're gonna hold off on the harvest, and we gotta do a little tillage.
Did I ever tell you back in 1981 I moved up to Minneapolis, and I was actually a hydraulic mechanic for a while before I came back to farm?
So you should be all over this.
It was 40 years ago.
No.
I know a little.
That's kind of just hopeful wishes. Hopefully we'll need this thing later today. Man, it's windy. Trying to get out of the wind. What we're comparing today is our Summers Super Coulter with a Summers Samurai. One big difference is on a Super Coulter, these blades are straight. They're at 0 degrees, no pitch to them. It's great if you're trying to do minimum tillage, which is a minimum tillage tool. You're chopping, you're sizing, and you're not moving much dirt. If you're trying to cover up some big ruts or even small ruts, this machine does not move enough dirt to get that done. Also in some really dry, hard soil, maybe you're trying to break up the top a little bit, this machine doesn't excel. And so this Samurai has a different style blade, and the blades are at a pitch, and so it's going to move some more dirt. And so that's kind of what we're looking at today, seeing how much it moves. Does it move too much? Does it still not move enough? We're going to look at that. I have no clue who that is. That might be one of the people that's looking at the results of today. I haven't done some tillage in about 4 months. I swear, if they're having tire trouble, oh my. There's all kinds of traffic today. Head straight with the rows and come back, and then do a pass of going sideways and come back. Hook up to the other thing, and then see what it's like. Tillage, doing tillage. Tillage time. Tillage tool time. I wonder if Tim's here from Summers. Then it'd be tillage tool time with Tim. Our big old rock over there. One thing to mention is speed. I was going 10.3 mile an hour down that pass. And then make a round going at an angle. One thing's for sure, with those gangs that are at a pitch, when you go at an angle, it kind of throws the dirt across from row to row, and that's what really gets you a good leveling job. spitting some dust. It is Tim and Jerry. Chillest tool time with Tim. Like I said, those coulters are at 0 degrees of pitch. And here we got the front gang, I think Tim said it was 3 degrees, and the back gang is 5 degrees. Got a little harvest action going on.
With corn's runner?
300. We did some wet corn, and it's better than we deserve, that's for sure. So this thing's a bit fancier than ours. It's got a whole nother function. It's got hydraulic downforce rolling baskets. This is Tim, and it's tillage tool time with Tim.
Cool.
All right. Is there anything you want to say about this unit, or you just want to see what it'll do?
This is the hottest and greatest, newest thing on the market from Summers Manufacturing. It's something our previous Super Coulter owners have asked for years.
Something a little more aggressive.
Still a vertical tillage tool, but it's an aggressive vertical tillage tool. Pulls a little harder than a Super Coulter.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it. You can definitely see a lot more dirt flying. So just like last time, we're running straight, making a round, and then we'll hit it at an angle and see what that looks like. I'm sure it'll take those stocks down quite a bit more. With the other setup, we were going about 10.3 in 14th gear, and now we're staying around closer to 9. I mean, that just means you're moving a little more dirt, and it's a little bit harder to pull.
Correct.
Are you seeing a difference, Jerry?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You think?
I think so. Right here you can see some pretty deep depressions right in through there, and then a mound, and then another depression. And you come over and it's pretty much been level. You don't see those big ruts. You're throwing up some root balls. And then now we're here at the straight passes with the Super Coulter, and you can see the stalks are just kind of laid over a little bit, and they're all pretty much still standing. There actually was some dirt that was moved there though. This was chiseled last year, so it's kind of some more loose dirt. All the stalks are standing basically, or laid over. A little loose.
Yeah, it's real loose. It's not super hard.
Yep. Jerry, the one thing is, if we leave from here, I don't have a wallet, so somebody's got to pay for it. That's a little trick. You don't bring your wallet anywhere, you don't got to pay for nothing. Tim, what's this little yellow bar? It's kind of loud. You can see it real easy.
We did that on purpose because we kind of are the envy of our competition. Summers is the only one with a patented internal mud scraper. It basically will keep that rolling basket clean in all conditions.
That just sits in there,
Yes.
and while the rolling basket is spinning, it just keeps scraping and cleaning out. Sits up tall. Quickly, before we start doing some harvest, which is what I want to get doing, really just want to give it a poke and see how that, how the beans are doing this year. We're gonna go see if it chops up weeds good. We got a line of 4 cars and a camper back here. I'm not taking up any more road than the average pickup. I'm kind of halfway in the ditch already. Pass. It'll be all right. What do you think they're saying? Stupid farmers, get off the road. Free range cattle. We got a slough with some thick weeds. Like, this is thick weeds. I think we got weeds. A whole crop of them. That was absolutely incredible. We went from this, which is some water hemp and all kinds of big stemmed weeds, flattened it. We got dirt on top here. That did some damage. This is incredible, the difference between just one pass, just knocking that stuff down. You don't find conditions like there. That's like at the top of the duel. This harvest video just became a tillage video. What do you say we harvest some beans? I guess I don't even know if that's fixed. I think it's fixed. Great day for hay, it looks like. It looks kind of funny. So they replaced this, come down a little ways, and then they got another elbow joint right there. That's so tiny. Hopefully that fixes it. On a scale of 1 to I want to harvest some beans, it's a definite really bad. Here we go. Who parked on the lawn? We're back. Gonna give a little poke in, and if the moisture's right, we'll keep going. I see there's some plants with a few yellow and even some green leaves. It might be a little premature, but we'll see. So would you believe it, guys, we got another issue. We went to calibrate the header, and one thing it wanted us to do was adjust the cutter bar pressure, which is basically how much that cutter bar will take before it moves. And we're pushing our cutter bar pressure button to adjust it, and nothing comes up. It's like, my personal opinion is that a mouse chewed through the wire on that button, and so it doesn't even know we're pushing that button.
I think it's a malfunction anyway.
Yeah, so the old shut it off and turn it back on trick. Another issue, it thinks the head is 30 foot, not 35 foot, and we can't change it.
And usually we can change that easy, but it's not coming up.
Why we always gotta have problems? It seems like that when they buy new stuff, that's when the trouble happens.
Yeah, so just keep the old stuff.
I guess.
How come the reel ain't going up and down anymore? Thought we were getting that before, the reel to go up and down.
Yeah. Moisture saying 12.4, so that's on the dry side, which I guess is better than being on the wet side.
If it's accurate, make sure you use a little more reel, right? Lower,
yeah.
I know we had that going before. Get that reel down.
Hey, can you come get us at Fred's? Just coming to pick up. Okay, bye. One issue we got is this pin is ruined. It's not even hooked up down there. They're pretending.
Yeah. This Endro had plenty of green in it, but I think we can. Okay, so we're gonna dump the beans that we have in the tank in the grain cart and tarp it because there's a good chance of rain tonight.
There's a storm brewing.
And then we'll say, darn, wish we could have combined that 80 yesterday.
Yeah.
And
It was one of those things where Dad and I both knew that we needed to hook this thing up before we went to the field like 2 weeks ago, but we were weaning, and then we were doing first round of shots before we weaned, and then we were doing wet corn, and then all of a sudden it's go time, and we haven't had the time to make sure things were working.
I think it might be just a tick early than go time, looking at down some of those green spots. Not that we couldn't get a load or two out, but looking across there, we definitely can't go clear across the field. I feel like this was maybe more of a trial run.
Yeah,
to see if we
learned something. If we waited until everything was ready, we'd be screwed donkey, as they say.
We only have this one half of a quarter that seems like it's really close to going, and then maybe by the time we get that done, we'll have some more. But right now, all we have is this 180 that we think we can go on.
That puts a damper on the day. See how much we got. Dang. About 9 bushel. Why? And then down there a mile we can see the neighbor. He's going on beans. So I guess we're not going to be the first ones with the field done. The day's fixed.
You got the money put away?
because we got the Starless Station cookie from Bev. We've had quite a few people stopping here, and tomorrow the shirts are finally getting in because a lot of people have been asking for those when they stop. Had a couple from Connecticut and shoot, maybe Oregon, Kentucky, right? A fellow from Huron stopped the other day, helped fix a tire for us. So yeah, staff is friendly. She's got treats, Bev, and her husband Paul always got treats. And we got shirts if you ever want one. So odds are, if you let us know ahead of time, we might be able to see you there too. That's nice. Directions and store hours in the Starless Station link below. So the day didn't turn out as good as we wanted it to, but I got the Starless Station cookie from Bev, so we'll call it a wash.
I had the M&M ice cream sandwich. That was to die for.
But we appreciate you watching. We'd like to see you next time.
What'd we do?
I don't know.
Things?
We did a little tillage and some stuff.
What was the morning like? Oh, I greased the combine. Did you video that?
I suppose.
I'm just trying to make the video last longer. I didn't get to say my
Peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I got to say about that.
Have a good one. Well, I guess we're taking a break for a couple days.